So a couple of days ago I posted the Alchemy Equipment Carryology Collaboration Backpack Quicklook video. And after filming that video I sat down to create this opinion piece or answer the question if it's worth it to buy an expensive backpack. That video was so long because I started rambling a little bit, and although I was planning to put that after the quick look, I decided to make a separate video. And yeah, here is the rather long rambly kind of video about my opinion on why I think you should invest in a good backpack. Thank you very much for sticking around. I just wanted to add, and let's call this opinion piece to this video, because there have been a lot of limited edition premium style backpacks like the Trek Carryology backpack, obviously the Alchemy Equipment Carryology collaboration backpack, but also Gorok has this GR1 limited edition backpack, which is, I think, if I'm not completely mistaken, made out of a waxed canvas. And I have gotten lots of comments, emails, hey, are expensive bags worth it? And I just wanted to give you my perspective on this topic. Obviously, the easiest answer is you need to decide if your budget or your wallet can handle this type of expense, and that's totally up to you. But to give you my perspective on it, let's start a little bit with a small little history on how I got into bags. So before I even started being the bag enthusiast that I am today, I had this rather cheap military style backpack, and back then I had the Apple PowerBook. Yeah, the MacBook Pros today were back in the day called PowerBooks. That was a very expensive piece of equipment that I saved a lot of money on. And I had this computer in this cheap military backpack. So I was at work, I picked up the bag, and the shoulder strap just broke. And it sent the whole bag flying to the ground. Fortunately, the ground was carpeted and it just dropped from about 1 meter high to the ground. And the PowerBook was made out of aluminium and it had a small dent. And that was quite the shocker, as you can imagine. So I decided to get a proper backpack that I thought was reliable. And I did some research and found the 511 Rush 12. A military style backpack for around 100 euros. And at that point of time, I didn't have any clue about bags. So I was thinking that, wow, 100 euros for a backpack, that's pretty expensive. That's at least what I thought back then. But I got that bag and finally realized, wow, that's a pretty impressive bag. And I still recommend this bag. The Rush 12 for 100 euros is an incredibly good valued bag. So I used this bag for a very long time and I still have that bag, but that bag was too military styled. But I still wanted the military styled bag, and then I saw the Gorok GR0. I really wanted that bag, but at that time it did cost like $300 plus 80, I think 80 euros or $80 shipping plus custom fee. So at the end I was around 400 euros, which is definitely a lot of money. I saved a lot of money for that, and I did a lot of research, and finally I bought that bag, and that bag started this channel. So that's a little bit of history lesson, what brought me into this bag enthusiast world. If I would have bought the more expensive bag, which was the Rush 12, my PowerBook, Apple PowerBook, wouldn't have dropped on the ground. So there's a saying in Germany, if you buy cheap, you usually pay twice. Once for the item that was cheap but broke, and then again for the better quality item that you should have gotten in the first place. So okay, that was the first thing why I think you should invest a little bit more money in better quality items. But should you spend a premium price for a premium bag? Well, I'm also kind of a sneakerhead and I like buying sneakers. Carryology once said, bags are the new sneakers. With that being said, in the sneaker community, there are a lot of sneaker collectors or people who really value their sneakers and are willing to pay a premium price for their sneakers. And many people, even if they are not into sneakers, also pay a lot of money for shoes in general. As far as I can tell from my friends and colleagues at work, usually sneakers or shoes are worn like maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and then you spend some money to buy another pair. And so I would say you pay around 100 to 200 euros for some brand-made sneakers or maybe some dress shoes, or for instance Red Wing shoes, which usually also start around 300 euros, but obviously those you keep for a lifetime. And that's the single point about bags. We are all willing to pay, let's say 120, 130 euros for a pair of shoes, which will get exchanged probably the next year or maybe 2 years after. So why not spend, let's say, a premium price tag for a high quality bag that you use every single day, that carries all of your important items, computer, phone, what else, notebooks, your stuff for work, that you use every single day, that you rely on to keep your items safe. And you probably will only buy once. If you're a bag enthusiast, you obviously want to buy 2 or 3 bags. But the normal person usually only buys one backpack at least for 4 or 5 years or even a lifetime. So why not spend that money for a bag or an item that you will use for many years and that keeps all of your important items safe? So in conclusion, that's basically my idea why I would spend this kind of money for a high quality bag. And as I said, in the end, you and your wallet and your budget need to decide if you want to spend that kind of money. Obviously, if you are a student or going to university, please do not spend this kind of money for a bag. But still be conscious about the quality of the bag that you're buying, because it will carry your expensive laptop that you need for the university together with all of your books. So imagine that expensive laptop with all of your books inside a $20 or 20 euros backpack that might break on you while you have all of that expensive and heavy stuff inside that bag. That is why I would say be mindful about the quality of bag that you're buying and don't save at the wrong end. Alright, to wrap it up, that was a lot of talk, a lot of rambling, and I hope you kind of get where I'm coming from and what my thoughts about this is. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about premium backpacks? What are you willing to pay for a bag? How long do you use a bag? And if you consider that you'll use that bag for that long, do you still mind paying that much money? And yeah, where's your limit on buying an item? And always keep in mind, obviously you pay a lot of money for phones, for that you also use every day, of course, for shoes, for clothing, but probably you will exchange those way earlier than you would exchange a backpack. So with that in mind, do you mind paying that much for a backpack? I would be really interested to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.